Greetings, salutations, and beautiful pixels, and welcome to another issue of Maelstrom Meets, where I, Lucian Rick, the gingerbread man himself, gets to go all around the world through the internet, of course, and talk with indie developers from different countries and walks of life. And today we are going straight to Poland to talk with my man, Raf. How you doing, my guy?
Great. How are you?
I cannot complain. We're here today talking about your game Drug Dealer Simulator. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, as the title says, it's a simulator where you play as a drug dealer running his operation on a fictional ghetto inside the US, close to the Mexican border.
All right. Let's go
In
on.
short, yeah.
That's very short. That's good. That's what we need because we're going to go and take a quick look at that right now.
In the dirt, say it again, man, and that's a reverse. Never rehearse, jumping in first. Call up the nurse, put the beat in the hearse. This is absurd, change to berserk. Don't get on the tracks, man, and they better swerve. Don't got a nerve, man, I never curse. Just casting these spells when I'm spelling these words. That's real, that's too real. I've been Roosevelt, I need a new deal. Trying to figure out what I should do still. I'm really never waiting here too still. I don't even know what I should say at all. Should I jump on in? Should I get involved? Guys around me, they love to talk. I take it all with a grain of salt.
I just did a 24 song in a bed. In a building, they already know my name.
So tell me, what was your inspiration for making Drug Dealer Simulator?
The base idea came from the publisher. Originally, I was to make a different project, but as they came to me with this idea, they didn't have the general design in mind, how it should be right, like going. But me being a Narcos fan and kind of and Breaking Bad also, I found some ways how to incorporate this idea into an actual playable game. And at one point, I thought that it's actually not a bad of an idea, that I can put something playable and with some humor as well, and a little bit of some darker controversy, and it came out quite fun.
So since April 16th, 2020, when the game came out, it's got a lot of traction on YouTube and Twitch. Has your standard for the game maintained since it dropped? Have you been able to update it how you'd like it?
Yes, in general, yes. We tried to address some of the ideas that we ended up thinking were not exactly good. We rebalanced the games a bit, added some content, some of which was our ideas for improving the game. Some of the ideas came from the community or from the publisher. Obviously, not everyone is happy with every change, and that's like a standard. And when you're making a game, especially if the game has like a 250,000 people playing it, right? And 8,000 community on Discord. So not everybody's happy, and we understand that, but we can't get everybody's happy. But yeah, we're pretty happy and on track, I think, with the game, and we'll be actually making an end game patch soon, and we're currently finishing it up. And with the end game patch, also we want to add some quality of life changes and other things. So yeah, it's pretty on track.
Indeed, I'd say a lot of people are happy. The game has an all-time review percentage of 86%, and as of recent, 89% out of the last 220 reviews. So I'd say it's all positive. But as a game developer, especially on the indie level, how does it feel having streamers as big as Markiplier and the likes talk positively about your game? Does that influence you at all?
It's really, yes, it does. It's wonderful because I knew Markiplier from maybe not the early games where he started, but I saw his channel grew to big proportions, and liked his content. I'm not very much into him currently, but just just like that. But when I saw that he played it, I was like immediately, wow, I gotta watch it. And went to my living room, turned on the TV, and watched the whole episode. And really, when he first approached it and said like he expected another silly, weird, badly made simulator, right? Because that's he had a simulator streak, and he played many weird games like that. And in the end, he said, "Hey guys, actually, this is kind of cool and all." So for a like someone that big and someone that experienced a lot of bad and great games and streamed them, that really means a lot for me. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you can answer the next question. So if your publishers or anybody has you held back on this, just let me know. Just quick fire digits, just to get a scope of the game. What was your budget? If you can answer that.
I'm not sure I can.
Okay.
So
That's
leave
fine.
it at that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big team, small team?
Small team, very small,
Small
team.
team, like 5, 10
was-
people.
I made most of the game. I had a 3D designer that made models and textures for me. Part of it, part of them I made myself. Some models I made and he finished it. Some models he made from scratch.
Okay.
I had a part-time musician and sound designer. So a couple of freelancers like that and voice actors, people like this, and a couple of others that helped me along the way. One friend programmer that helped me in a couple of cases, but like full time on the game was basically only me.
Okay.
So mostly solo. Yeah.
So when in the video with Markiplier, when he was praising the shading, the quality, the textures, and the work went into the game, that hit you here. that was just like he was talking directly with you. That's awesome.
He played the game a bit time earlier after the premiere. So we also had some additional funding from the publisher to like expand the game, expand the graphics. So a couple of other people went into it as well. So it was a little bit bigger operation, not too much, but still.
Okay.
But yeah, the base game, the one that released on 2020, that'd be it.
From where the game dropped to where it is now, with the additions, the patches, the bugs, the things you fixed, the things you've added, what would be your favorite change to the game?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Well, the point of the reason I do these interviews is to get a look behind for the developer. You know.
I think that my favorite and the thing I'm most satisfied is I believe it was at the beginning of this year. We made a big patch with big mechanical changes. Like maybe on the front end it's not that visible, but we made gigantic changes in the back end of the game that is like simplified working on the game, improving it, rebalancing it. There's some of the aspects that were working wrong, and adding additional content. We made both mechanical changes, balance changes. We expanded the map, added some features and quality of life aspects, and fixed some bugs along the way. So that was really the most revolutionary patch for me.
Okay. When the game first dropped, April 16th, 2020, they had the trailer. Trailer glorified the life. It was pistols. It was defending your house. It was women shaking their asses. When the game dropped, a lot of fans were upset that that was an aspect of the game. Was that a hurdle to overcome? Could you tell me a little bit about that?
This was a little bit of a mistake, because the trailer, the original trailer that was there from the Steam page launch, was made in pretty early stage of the development.
Okay.
And just it introduced some kind of our basic initial idea, how we want the game to be, what is important in it, and so on. Also some elements like the guns, we weren't actually planning to add gunplay. It was more of a cinematic element in the trailer, but later we learned that people understood that this is a promise of a mechanic, and that was just a best choice. And along the development, things change. You get the conclusions that this idea you had isn't actually that great, or it makes problems, or doesn't fit the gameplay or balance or whatever, and it keeps changing, it keeps evolving, right?
Nice.
So that's why there's a bit of difference from the original idea to the actual release. Later on, we took that trailer off. We put new trailers that were more representative to the actual game and its condition now. So yeah, that's basically it.
So, like I said before, the game does seem to be marketing well with its audience. It hit a really good point, almost 90%. Is there plans of a Drug Dealer Simulator 2 where maybe those features will take a forefront?
I can't talk about this yet.
Oh, yeah. We'll leave it at
Yeah.
the yet. We'll just do this.
Let's leave it at the yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
Okay.
Off the record, like we are planning us some publishing some information about this
Okay.
very soon. So just we can leave the yet part. Yeah.
So a lot of games, especially since 2010 to now, they focus a lot on women, drugs, shooting, all that stuff. With you not being able to showcase guns, violence, and women, was it hard finding a way to make the game engaging with a smaller mechanic?
No. I don't think so, because in the end, the gameplay counts. Like all the shiny stuff, like the guns, violence, and things like that. I mean, there are some games where like violence is the core of the mechanics, like some combat games or martial arts games or shooters. But here I focus more on the world, the economics, like how do you call it? Like when you sneak around. Or yes, sneak around, police, the stress, like that's also a funny part when we talked about the influencers and the YouTubers and all, and when I watched some of them like get in the first chase with the police, or they were like really stressed and got out into the apartment, were like, oh my god, I'm so stressed. And that's great, because that's a big part of the gameplay that I wanted to achieve, and I'm happy that I could. That you get this like good, happy part when you run around and make money and everything, but at the same time you're scared and you're kind of afraid to lose stuff and get caught, and I really wanted to like make that feeling a part of the gameplay, and I think we managed to do this, and that's a very, very big part.
Okay, so when you first boot up the game, the first thing you see, that big screen that says "may be inappropriate to whiny bitches." I gotta know the inspiration behind that. Did y'all go in knowing you were going to offend at least somebody?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a. At one side, it's just a joke from the warning signs and all of that, but at the same time, it's a clear information. Like this game is not fully serious. Like, don't take everything too much like to your heart, and just loosen up, chill out, and sit down and enjoy it. That's the base message of it for me.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, I have to ask, were you worried that people would take this game the wrong way, seeing it as glorifying the drug dealer life?
Yeah. A little bit, yes, but not too much. I tried to, like, we took a little bit different perspective on drugs and the drug business than the standard, Hollywood approach or AAA game approach. Well, you have just the standard, you have the evil drug dealers that want to kill everybody, and you have all the junkies that everyone ruins their lives, and all this standard stuff, and in the end, like happy ending and everything. That's everywhere. Everyone does the same schematics exactly, and we took it from a side. Okay, it's a drug dealer simulator. We want to like approach this community, drug users, people had any contact with this, from more their perspective, right? Appreciate it, understand it, put it on the public, and say, hey, there are people there that don't look at this that way. Like make a dialogue with them, like let them have their thing and their like narrative right to it. So I wanted to do that, and I did it obviously I had some ideas that were over the top and didn't put them in or something. So we try to not step it up too much. But I thought that there will be many people that didn't think that will be that many people, but I thought that there will be enough people that will appreciate this approach and like it, and it went well. But yeah, there were some worries, but I just wanted to do it.
Right after this interview, as soon as this is done airing on my Twitch channel, I'm going to be cracking the game open to play it for the first time myself. I've watched a few things just so I was prepared for this interview, but I'm going to be playing it for the first time. With future players like me and anybody else who might buy your game, what is one thing, if you can answer, that you hope everybody sees in this game? One thing they find, one thing they see, one thing they experience. What's that?
I'm not sure if I have this one concrete thing that comes to my mind. There's a lot of small things, small little like pop culture references, jokes, or like thoughts that are delivered there in the narration, in the story, in the environment, and things like that, and humor in general. My kind of twisted humor. So that's more like this. If people appreciate the whole of it and have their own like adventure basically on their own way, and have fun with it and find these tiny little details that are hidden in different small parts, that's fun for me. But there's no like one core big message or Easter egg that's like I'm waiting for people to crack. No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay. I imagine a lot of Breaking Bad references, huh? Or at least the Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and Narcos, and also Tarantino movies, many different things. Not only like the topic, but also different pop culture.
In my research, I found your Twitter account for the company. You tweeted out a picture of a severed hand on a plate, announcing the new patch coming out or DLC coming out.
Yes,
Can you talk about that at all?
A little bit, maybe, yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie. As far as teasers go, they usually give you a look into what's coming. I couldn't make heads or tails of what you were teasing.
We're delivering it in general. We're delivering in this patch and end the game to the game, because at start like the game isn't and never was like early access. Some people like thought it was, because it was like more just an open ending, open game. It wasn't exactly like you finish the game and here you've won and that's it and nothing like that. But people expect that. People expect some kind of closure to the story. So that's one of the parts we're making now to do that. And this is one of the controversial secret parts of the end game story. There's a group of people that do some horrible stuff. That's what I'll say for now, and I don't want to spoil.
So a little bit of the game aside, back to you, because we're coming towards the end of this. What's next for Raf, the developer? What do you have on the burner, if you can, of course?
Like I said, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But we're working on a couple of different things, and this they will be more information on this somewhere in the near future. But for now, I can't give you any details because there are some changes on the way going, and
just
nothing that I can say. You know, my publisher is like on the stock market and all of that, and information like that are sensitive. You know?
I get you. Well, you know, look, I'm on this side of the interview. I gotta pry. I gotta do my job. Well, shortly after we hit the outro over here, we're gonna be playing Drug Dealer Simulator live on the Maelstrom Hold here. If you want the game yourself, be sure to look up ByteRunners Game Studio or their game Drug Dealer Simulator on Steam. It is on sale currently, but its full price is $19.99. Well worth the price of admission. Thank you, Raf, for joining us here today, and we hope to see you all again next time.